What is up YouTube, Sean Monty here with the Anabolic diet, and in this video I'll be talking to you about how many calories you should be consuming whilst on the Anabolic diet. But first off guys, I just want to give you a quick update of what's been happening with me since the last time I checked in with you, which was on my last day of the first phase of the metabolism adaptation phase of the diet. So I got to carb cycle over the weekend, carb loading, which was very enjoyable. So I'll get into the macros and the calories you should be consuming on carb cycling a little bit later. So yeah, over the weekend was my carb cycle. So I weighed in yesterday at back up to 200 pounds. So I gained 5 pounds over the weekend whilst doing the carb cycling. Back on the ketogenic phase yesterday, and I weighed myself this morning, and I'm back down to 199 pounds, which is good. The diet is doing everything that it said it would do. It has done so far, so all's good there. So over the weekend I've been posting some photos on my Instagram account, which if you're not already following me, give me a follow guys. You can find me at the Anabolic diet on Instagram. Let's get back to business. I've been posting some photos on there, and I've been getting so much good feedback from you guys and so many questions as well. I've been trying my best to answer all of them, and I've been interacting with everybody that's been messaging me and everything. I've tried my best to answer all of you, and yeah, the response from you guys has just been amazing on all my social media accounts, my Instagram and obviously on YouTube, which I very appreciate so much. I've had so many of you saying that you're already going to start on this diet and everything, which is great. But I would warn you to please, if you're going to start the diet, please go and consult your doctor first. I'm a nutritionist, but I'm not a doctor, so please make sure you go and consult with your physician first. But yeah, many of the questions that I've been receiving is about calorie intake on the anabolic diet, which hopefully I will cover all right now. Now then guys, in order to begin the anabolic diet, you will need to figure out your maintenance calorie intake. Now, I'm gonna keep this as plain, as simple as I possibly can. Nobody wants any of that complex shit. So, the way you figure out your maintenance calorie intake is your body weight times 18. So, for example, if you're 200 pounds, you multiply that by 18, which is 3,600 calories, and that will be your starting maintenance calorie intake. Now, it's not going to stick to that throughout this phase. You will need to play with it and figure out what exactly maintenance weight you have, but this is a great way as a starting point. So as you saw in my last video, I was saying one day I was doing 3,500 calories, another day was 2,500, another day it was 3,000. Now at that time I was just trying to figure out my maintenance weight. So my maintenance calorie intake, I mean. What I mean by maintenance calorie intake is this is the amount of calories you'll be consuming and maintaining your weight. So if you're losing weight on this amount of calories, then you'll need to bump up your calories. And if you're gaining weight, obviously you'll need to lower your calories. So just play about with it until you're maintaining your weight and keep it on to that calories for this phase. Now, in regards to macronutrients value out of these calories, you will need to stick to 60% of the calories coming from fats, 35% coming from protein and 5% coming from carbs. Or don't make sure you're not going over 30 grams of carbohydrates per day. And really easy way to figuring out exactly how much macros these are is by downloading MyFitnessPal, and it will do it for you. So make the work easier for yourself, guys. I've got MyFitnessPal right here. I'm not sure if it'll be able to show up on camera, but I will try it out. So at the very minute, my macronutrient goal is, or my calorie goal at the minute is 2,200 calories, as I'm losing weight. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but you can input there how much percentages of the macronutrients you need, and it will tell you exactly how many grams of each macronutrient you need then. So make it easier for yourself, guys, and download MyFitnessPal and it will do it for you. So yeah, that's how you do the first phase of the maintenance calories. So then, guys, after your first 12 days of maintenance calorie intake from just protein and fats comes your first carb loading weekend, or if it's not on the weekend, it's just a 24 to 48 hours period of carb loading. Now, on your first one, you still need to stick to maintenance calories, but in terms of macronutrients value, it differentiates. So you now change your percentage of carbs now goes up to 60% instead of fats. Your fats go to 30% and protein goes very low to 10%. Again, guys, MyFitnessPal is there to help you. Just change the macro percentages in that, and it will give you exactly the amount of grams of each macro to intake on the carbs. So it's just as easy as that. But on the first weekend, your first carb loading weekend, stick to maintenance calories. So guys, now after your first carb cycling weekend, you will now be going into a 5-day, 2-day ratio where on weekdays you'll just be consuming protein and fats, and on the weekend will be carb cycling. Macronutrient values on the weekdays will be coming 60% fats, 35% protein, and 5% carbs. On the weekend it will be 60% carbs, 30% fats and 10% coming from protein. Now, your calorie intake will be determined really by your goal of, is it bulking or is it cutting? Now, the bulk phase is a bit different in that the calorie content may need adjusting after a few weeks of trial and error really. So to establish your starting calorie intake of the bulking phase, you need to be using your ideal body weight in pounds and adding 15% to that number. So let's say a person has an ideal body weight of 180 pounds, he would then be aiming to bulk up to 207 pounds. In order to reach this goal, then your calorie intake should land between 20 to 25 calories per pound of the desired body mass each day. So again, guys, I'd have to say this will maybe be changing a bit due to trial and error, because if you are gaining too much weight, you will need to lower the calories. I would recommend no more than a pound a week gain for a bulking phase. If you're gaining more than £1 per week, then definitely bring your calories down. Now, if your goal is to lose body fat, then it's pretty much the same as the maintenance phase. but with a slight difference in calorie intake. You should be subtracting around 500 to 1000 calories per day from your maintenance calorie in order to hit the desired weight loss per week. Now, I would not recommend more than 1.5 pounds weight loss per week. If you're losing up to 2 pounds, then I'd say it's a bit extreme and you need to up your calories, otherwise you will be losing muscle mass. Now, so if your goal is to cut fat, to lose fat, to determine your daily calorie intake, then you just take your body mass in pounds and multiply it by 18. You will then get your maintenance calories, and then you subtract between 500 to 1000 calories from that number, depending on how fast you want to lose the body fat. So then guys, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope the information has helped, as I've had so many of you asking the same question about how many calories you should be consuming. So if you've enjoyed the video, please press like on the little thumb underneath. Let's see if we can get 100 likes for this video. Just another goal to hit. And yeah, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then please do. There's plenty more videos to come, and yeah, so I've been Sean Monty, you guys have been great, and I'm off to the gym.